So now let's get back. I'd like to approach the rice fields at this moment to select the scatter around this area. So let's use this one and HF feature. Okay, this one. Okay, so now what we're going to do, we're going to add or subtract. I think we're going to subtract. And here what I want to do, I just want the edges, the flat edges, and nothing more, something like that. Add. Yeah, now I need to do something else. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to duplicate this one, and let's invert this. So now we have like just this selected, and then from this we take this one, and now with this one we can multiply. Yeah. Now let's play a bit with this. I want to be very sharp, and that's basically it. I think we can even increase a bit. Yes, yeah, I think that's it. So now the same thing, we're going to do a HF scatter, and this one we don't want to have like keeping coming the train. Yeah, this one can be just like 260. The variation here, if we have a look in our reference, they are very even in the sense of the scale. So I keep it around 1 and 1.3. The thing is, this one, the auto radio, is the most important setting for this one, because now we want something really like something like that. Yeah, we have a lot of them in here. Yeah, that's great. I think that's enough. So we can even make them closer to each other, allow them to have like a deeper. Yeah, I think that's it. So we can just no, call this one rice fields in black. Okay, but I'm not going to use this one now. I'm going to use the same thing that we did with the rocks. I'm going to bring in from the bridge. So let me open bridge. From Quixel Megascans. I really recommend this. Yes, so let's see, 3D plants, and let's see what would represent better that rice fields. I think this one, if they are really tied together, could represent well, especially from the distance. I think this velvet grass or this great broom, I think this one will work well for us. So while I'm downloading it, you need to come to Megascans and Megascans plugin. It's a bug that's not showing here, but it's active now. So I can come out from there. Let me turn off the scatter at this moment, I also want to turn off the ocean at this point. And let's see, okay. How is our... It's nice because then you can revisit the setup for this scatter. So okay, so here it is. Let's call this rice field so we don't rice fields, so we have a better idea of what's going on. So let's dive inside, and we're going to have like all these variations, so we don't need to see them. We can just hide them all. Come to the scatter setup and let's delete all this. Let's put an object merge. In this one we're going to bring the rice fields. Okay, so let's see them. Yeah, here they are. And then we're going to put like an attribute wrangle. This one comes in the first input, this one the input 0. Then we're going to get my code, pixel preset. If you don't know how to save this, once you have a preset that you're going to use often, you can just come in here and click save preset, then choose where you want to save it. Like I normally save in the user preference, and then you save preset. Okay, so yeah, everything's good. Now we can place the copy to points here, and then this is the objects to copy to, this is the points. Nothing will it's not going to instance each one. We need to come in here and click these icons, so the PC attribute variant is now on. So now we have all this nicely set up for us. And the other thing is that, like for Redshift, you need to select this, come to Redshift object, instancing, and click instance top level packet primitives, because we have like this as a packet primitive in this, and if you don't click that, it takes too long to read. If you click here, it's going to read the packet primitives inside, so it's really great. Let's see first without looking to the ocean and to wherever we have in here. So let me just render it. And at this stage that we have like a lot of plants scattered, you have something went off. I don't know why I didn't have the scatter on. Let me just see what's going on, why it's not in here. Hey guys, I figured out what was the issue, and actually it wasn't a bug, it was actually my mistake. The thing is that like we had a displacement into our landscape, and this displacement was set to 1 meter, so was just displacing higher than this the rice fields. And now what I did to prevent that, I did two things. The first one, I came in here and limited the displacement to 0.5, like 50 centimeters. I can actually increase because then I came back to the material, came in here, and then I changed the displacement from the grass. I made it like I changed the range from 0 to 1. I changed it to minus 0.8 to 0.2, so just like a 4.4 centimeters. And then the cliffs, I actually put like some negative values, so it's going down and outward from the rock, 0.5 to minus 0.5 to 0.5. And the sand I didn't touch because there's not much displacement there. So I think it's great. So now we have the rice fields, but we have like this all one color. and I would like to give some variance to this, like this for example. It's just come in here and then it's changed to from this greenish to this reddish yellowish, something like that. So I think it's great if you could achieve something like that, and let's try to do that. So let me go back to here and let's go inside the rice field, and then the way to do it, I'm going to create a let's add some noise and a color map to this. Instead of having each instance to have like a different color, let's have like these broader values that would go along the whole thing. And it's very easy. You can just do this as a point VOP, and in this point VOP, let's dive inside. Let's take the position. Let's add a noise like this, and let's output this noise to the CD, to the color. If we don't want to the color, you can just like bind export to any attribute that you want. If you have like a 3D noise to the color, you're going to see a lot of colors in here, but we just need a black and white because I just want to give it like 2 different colors. And if we change the amplitude here, it's going to give us more contrast. So if I put like 10, I'm going to have like very white and very dark tones. Let's make it like this, so we have like these grayish tones as well. And the frequency, let's put like 0.1, no, 0.1 and 0.1. So we have more or less these patches of different colors. Okay, so I think this is nice. We can always come back and make some adjustments, but I think this gave a nice variation. So let me go back. How are we going to, let's, instead of using the color, let's create this bind export. Bind export, this one. Let's name this parameter as rice color. So it's a vector, and yeah, so let's drag this in here, output as a vector. We don't need to output the color. The color is good to visualize, but it's good for now. I think we can just go to the materials. Okay, so here's the material. We have this albedo come into a color correction, and then it's going to a sprite. This sprite we can keep like this, and I want to copy the whole thing and paste in here. So let's make material blender. Yeah. So what we're going to do, we're going to have like this material as the base material. Okay, it's coming inside the base material, and the second material is going to go to the layer 1 color. Okay, so how we can drive this? We can actually bring parameters. So because it's a vector data, there is this rs vector data user data, and we're going to use this to set our mask to define the areas. So what was the name? Was rice color, I guess, like this, 1L. Yeah, I think I used like this, rice color. So this is the blend color, and now if we put this inside the sprite, we should have something. But now the both material are the same, so we need to change a few things here. So let's change the color. This one I want to be like this. 1.2 is good. Like, let's make it more greenish, and I think I'm gonna be darker like that. I think we have something here, yeah, more reddish. Less dark. Yeah, I think it's good. We can give it a try and see how it looks. So before we render this, I want to double check the name that I set for this. So rice color, yeah, always good to copy and paste, so you make sure that you don't have any mistakes into your I think it was correct. So yeah, that's it. So let's fire the render. I don't have any scatter right now, just this, so we can focus on that. Let me change the camera. Okay, this is more or less the camera that we're looking at. I think this is good. Let me render this and then I come back to you guys. So I put back down the scatter, the trees, and we have our rice fields. I think they look really cool, and I make me wanting even more to have like maybe the rice field going over other places in the island, but this is cool. And depend also, let's keep it open, because we can always go back and change the scatter seeds and the mask. Is so easy, because once you set up the relation between each instance to a certain scatter point group, you can just come back and change a few parameters and you're just going to have a different setup. But look how cool. Yeah, the HDR is not good in this angle, and also the ocean don't cover that well, but I really like this lagoon. I hear the boat going to the lagoon and this nice bay. I think maybe before we go for the camera angle, I want to dive into the ocean so you see how I created this, and I think that's the next step. I look the rice field from this angle, looks really nice. All the steps, and they look nice, like this beach, really cool. So thanks guys, and see you in the next one.